Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are back with another episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. This is episode 3. It is called Power Broker. The Power Broker was whoever attacked the Flag Smashers at the end of last episode. But what, more importantly, happened last episode? So we had some really nice interactions with Sam and Bucky finally getting back together and trying to stop the Flag Smashers from stealing like vaccines and stuff. Really cool fight scene. We had them kind of bumping heads with the new Captain America and his sidekick, John Walker and what was it? Leroy or Lenny or something. Hoskins or I don't know. Battlestar. And they did not enjoy each other very much, especially Bucky. Bucky was upset the whole time. He was like, screw this. What else went down? Oh, we had a really like impactful, deep moment where Bucky takes Sam to go meet Isaiah Bradley, who was a Captain America in during the Korean War time. And he talks about like the experimentation that happened and then being put in jail and just how he was treated as a black man during that time, trying to be a hero and be like the person that's in that image. And I think that really affected Sam. And then right after that, they get pulled up on by the cops, and the cops are trying to arrest Sam for just being out in the street essentially. And it's just like, is this really haunting image of like what, you know, the current state of affairs is when you look around and you see how people of color are treated in this country. And it was really a bummer to see, honestly. But because Isaiah wouldn't help them with what they needed to do, because they're trying to find more information about the super soldiers, now they have to go to Baron Zemo. And I'm really excited about that because, like, I don't know exactly where he's going to stand on things, because the last time we saw him was when Black Panther stopped him from killing himself at the end of Civil War. And I don't know if he's still going to be like gung-ho about his mission of destroying the Avengers and superheroes, or like if he's given that up. Like, is he going to... Because in the comics, sometimes Baron Zemo isn't always a bad guy. Like, there's times where he like is almost a good guy sometimes. So it's like, what is going to go down with him? I'm very interested to find out. Before we jump into this episode though, please consider leaving a like on the video. That means a lot to me. And please consider subscribing if you want to see more of my videos. Ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, or if you want to support me in general outside of YouTube, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the description. That would mean a lot as well. But otherwise, let's jump into this episode.
We're gonna go see Zemo.
Heck yeah, we are. Oh, and the music is back. Let's do this. Game time.
One half of us helping you get back to the way things were.
As long as you
GRC.
fight in the war.
The global repatriation.
GRC.
Reset.
Oh, they mentioned that last time.
Rebuild.
It's like a almost like a community college / military commercial.
Let's move. Don't give him a second to delete, shred, or breathe.
You seem very aggressive. I don't think that was locked. You could probably just could have opened it.
Do you know who I am?
Brother, you are not Captain America. Do you know who I am? I'm a very important person.
We have a history together, trust me.
I got it. Just immediately starts speaking those Russian words. he did immediately just start saying it.
Those days are over. Someone recreated the super soldier serum. I need to find out who.
Yeah. Who did it?
Look, let me just walk you through a hypothetical. Can I walk you through a hypothetical?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Did he already break him out?
And if two prisoners start fighting, then the protocol says 4 guards have to respond.
So why would 2 prisoners randomly start fighting at that moment?
Who knows? There could be many reasons.
Just, what is it? He'll kill him first. Oh man.
The point is, these things escalate.
He just orchestrates this.
Someone could use the chaos to their advantage.
Hypothetically, if someone had done this, what would you say, Sam? You know, if we're just dealing with some hypotheticals here, you know.
I don't like how casual you're being about this. It's unnatural. Are you? And
He already did it.
where are we, man?
You're in Zemo's hideout. Job's already done, brother.
Whoa, hey, what are you?
If I may.
No!
They're both like, shut up. She's not gonna follow that rule.
Okay, Zemo. Where do we start?
Love it. The boys are back together. Dang, he's got lots of cars. Take it. Yes. Hell yeah, brother.
So all this time you've been rich?
I'm a baron, son. My family was royalty until
Yeah,
the
man.
France destroyed my country.
Baron Zemo. He got cash. How do you think he did all that stuff against the Avengers, man? How do you think he, you know, you think he's some regular dude? No.
It's good to have you back, son.
His butler loves him.
Who is Nakajima?
You touch that again, I'll kill you.
Ooh, Bucky. Stole your book.
It was Steve's when he came out of the ice. I told him about Trouble Man. He wrote it in that book. Did you hear?
It's the same book?
I like 40s music, so.
You didn't like it?
I liked it. It's a masterpiece.
Captures the African American experience.
He's out of line, but he's right.
It's like the Onion article. Breaking news. The worst person you know just made a great point.
James, you will have to become someone you claim is gone.
The Winter Soldier. That's the hand symbol that they put up everywhere. Is that her mom? Sister? Aunt? Grandma? Daughter from an alternate timeline? You know, you gotta give me a little bit more than that. Madripoor brings up some interesting possible
We have to
X-Men
do something
connections.
about this. I'm the only one who looks like a...
Yo! Sam looks dapper. I wouldn't want to walk in heels on that type of grading. Probably break your heels. This reminds me of Tokyo Drift. Just holding an M16 like, what's up? Is that Beast Slayer? Power Broker is watching. Is that Sharon Carter?
Usual?
Pretty sure that's Sharon Carter. That's a friggin' snake. You can put snake venom in this drink? Oh, or cut a snake open. Bucky's trying not to smile. You know he's trying not to smile. He didn't want to do it, but he has to. Oh, God. Just has to smoke people right now. He's like, I am sorry, but this is going down. Oh.
Didn't take much for him to fall back at the farm. Thank you.
You good?
About to bust open everyone in that place, man. Is that his sister?
Damn boat. And watch your tone, okay?
I'll let you slide the bank.
Yeah, the bank, yeah. Laundered so much money. And they'll come around.
If that was the case.
Sam, I'm sorry. Let me call you back.
Sam. Who's
Yeah,
Sam?
dang it.
Kill them.
Time to fight. Ooh. Who smoked her? Was it Sharon Carter?
They're gonna pin this on us.
Good.
We have a real problem.
Let them.
So, this is not good.
It's like John Wick. Everyone's coming after them.
I can't run in these heels!
Take him off. Yeah, okay, that's definitely Sharon Carter. Yeah. Yeah, girl, what's up?
Drop it, Zemo.
What's up, girl? How you doing? What's up, shorty?
Sharon, wait.
She has a place in Hightown where the rich people live?
Like breaking all those laws is treating you.
By the way, how is the new cap?
Don't get me started.
Please, you buy into all that stars and stripes bullshit. Before you were his pet psychopath, you were Mr. America, Cap's best friend.
Oh, she's kind of awful now. Carly Morgenthau. and
She's a little jaded now.
Guys really should steer.
We need your help, Sharon. I can get your name cleared.
Can you? You can't even get a bank loan, man.
They cleared the bionic staring machine, and he killed almost everybody he's met.
I heard that.
I don't trust Charity.
The bionic staring machine.
You help us out.
Try to stay out of trouble. I'll see what I can find.
Trouble.
Yeah, what are they? Where are they gonna find trouble? Come on now. These guys are the picture of good behavior. He's just jamming.
Here we go.
He's having a great time.
Dr. Nagel,
Who are you? What do you want?
we know you created the super soldier serum.
Get out of my lab.
Hey,
Get out of my lab. Oh yeah, Sharon, beat some people up. Smoke these guys. Yeah. Just jack them up. Oh. Okay, John Wick. That probably hurt.
Okay. When Hydra fell, I was recruited by the CIA. They had blood samples from an American test subject with semi-stable traces of serum.
Isaiah Bradley.
Body is mine. It was going to be subtle, optimized, perfect. Before I was able to complete my work, I turned to dust. Then when I returned,
I wonder if
it was 5 years later.
his subtle optimized version was given to John Walker, maybe. God, she's a killing machine. God dang John Wick. That guy's got cool shoes.
Guys, we're seriously out of time here.
Whoa!
No!
Zemo!
What did you do?
Wow, that guy knew exactly where to aim. Yikes, bruh.
You like living here?
This place is her jam, man.
I thought we were gonna go left. You went the wrong way. I cleared the way. I came out first. You're supposed to follow me. And where are we now?
Guys, stop the time!
You did this barricade. It's in every action movie.
Yeah, but he's an actual assassin. Ooh, Zemo, let's see what you gonna do with the mask, boy. Only needed one shot. I like it. That Zemo was in like Sokovian Special Forces, wasn't he? So that kind of makes sense. That he can just jack people up as well. Like he wasn't some school teacher. It would have been cooler if you put it through her face. A car?
Supercharged.
You're going back to jail.
You're not gonna
You
move
see
your
that?
seat up, are you?
No.
No.
Hell yeah, brother. I mean, why don't you just sit in the middle, man?
We've got a big problem. Actually, a couple of them. I'll put you in the car. Let's go.
Who's that? Is she the power broker, maybe? That would be very interesting. If Sharon Carter was the bad person.
Maybe you get to be a teacher after all this is over, right?
Not likely.
Maybe I made a mistake.
You did.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have put it in a museum. Maybe I should have destroyed it.
No.
Look, that shield represents a lot of things to a lot of people, including me. But before you go and destroy it, I'm gonna take it from him myself.
The city with the camp? Is Riga the lady that died at the beginning? Carly Morgenthau's mom or whatever? Or at least maternal figure?
Filthy flag smashes.
Oh, don't taunt them after they beat you up.
Just sat there in that building. Don't you understand? We're fighting for our lives. Seatbelt on. Now.
What the heck? How did she know that was gonna happen? Did she plan that?
There were still people in there.
This is the only language these people understand.
Carly! What the heck, girl? Like I'm acting like surprised. I mean, she's a bad guy. I guess that isn't above her.
Don't suppose any of you bothered visiting the memorial.
Probably not.
Why would you?
What is that? Is it like a way for someone to contact him? Or has he just been noticing these around the town? Who are you about to talk to? Steve Rogers. Old man Steve just walks up.
I was wondering when you were gonna show up.
Ooh, those were Wakandan balls. Oh, wait! That didn't look like... That, I mean, that was a Wakandan warrior. For a second, I thought it was like the main one who plays Michonne in The Walking Dead. What's her name? Frick. It's not her, though. But it's definitely like one of the Wakandan Royal Guard, because they're bald. And they want to take out Zemo for some reason. They want Zemo? Why does she want Zemo? Did Zemo, like, did he do something to Wakanda? Duh, he killed their king. I'm an idiot. Here I am, like, trying to think, like, maybe he did something while he was, like, hunting down the Winter Soldier. Like, what did he do? He murdered their king. That's what he did. Now, interestingly enough, like, their current king, T'Challa, actively chose not to kill Zemo and just kind of, like, put him in jail. Does she want Zemo to go back to jail, or is she, like, seeking revenge for the king? This also kind of, like, leads into some possible questions for Black Panther 2 of, you know, how do they deal with all this, including, like, this storyline, but then also the death of Chadwick Boseman. I don't know. That's very interesting. I really like this episode. I think it's, things are picking up and heating up, and we're going deeper into the themes of this show of, like, what does it mean to be this icon? Like, you know, when these people get built up so much, like, what does that mean for them? What does that mean for everybody else around them? What do you do when either that icon is no longer there, or things shift and change and they're not who you thought they were? It's very interesting. Like, what, like, kind of similar to what Sam said at the beginning, like episode 1, when he's like, you know, these symbols don't mean much without the people, you know, that made them. But it's also possible that, you know, these symbols mean more than the people that made them, you know? So we start off right at the beginning with John Walker and Battlestar just kicking in some internet cafe, trying to find Carly Morgenthau. They're like, you know, they're doing the investigation their way, and this guy spits in his face and he's like, you know who I am? And it's like, he is clearly not enough of a man to fill the role that he is portraying. So he's trying to be like, I'm Captain America, you have to do what I say. And it's like, no, you're a butthole is what you are. No one likes you. And then Bucky goes to visit Zemo in prison, and he just immediately is like, longing, freight car, train station, just saying the Russian words. And it doesn't work, obviously, because, you know, Bucky's had that programming worked out of him while he was in Wakanda. And Zemo's like, yeah, I knew it wouldn't work. I just wanted to see. But he did look scared. Like, Bucky legit looked scared, like he didn't know. Because this is probably obviously the first time, maybe, like the first time that he has heard those sequence of words again from someone who is, you know, possibly trying to activate him. So he had some legitimate fear of, like, is this going to go down? And Zemo looks at it and he's like, there's still some in there. Like, he knows that there's elements of the Winter Soldier that are still present in Bucky, and, you know, we see it later in the episode. But then Sam and Bucky go to this, like, random warehouse with a car in it, and he's like, so hypothetically, you know, if somehow, some way, someone were to go through a specific sequence of events to break Zemo out of prison, what would you say about that? And he's like, no, that's not happening. And then Zemo walks in like, hey, thanks for breaking me out, guys. And it's like, you, boy, it's just it's so funny. We learn that he's rich because he's a baron. He's Baron Zemo. And his butler loves him, and they're having a grand old time. And he's just, like, subtly throwing, he's getting under their skin, you know, talking about Bucky's list of names. He's even, like, teaming up with Sam a little bit to be like, man, listen to the Trouble Man soundtrack. Come on. It perfectly encapsulates the Black Americans, you know, experience. And Sam's like, you know, you don't get to say that, but he's right. And it's just breaking news. The worst person you know made a great point. And I guess that's the same notebook that Cap had from not Civil War, Winter Soldier. So at some point, he either just like gave it to him, or Bucky was like, I just want to be like my friend. And he got a matching notebook, and he thought it was the cutest thing ever, and he was so excited. Then we catch up with Carly Morgenthau, and she's mourning the loss of someone who just died. And I believe, right, that it said that city was, Riga, GRC settlement camp in Riga, Latvia. So the breadcrumbs that they follow a little bit later, they're looking for some Devani or whatever the person's name was. And then they learn that she died in Riga. So I think the person that they were looking for, like the breadcrumb they got from that lady, was this woman who died. So now they kind of don't really have any breadcrumbs. But then the whole middle part of this episode was so dope. Going to Madripoor, we get some like purple monkey symbol, almost looks like Beast from the X-Men, and I know Madripoor has some like X-Men connections. So that would be very interesting. We're in this like underground like crime syndicate world where they're all in character pretending to be certain people, and Bucky has to like be the Winter Soldier in that moment. Like he can't just be himself and not want it, because he obviously does not want to be the Winter Soldier anymore. He doesn't want to kill people, do all these horrible things. And Zemo's essentially like, dude, you gotta do it, or we're all dead. So he has to jack some people up in this bar, and it's easy to forget sometimes that Bucky's a super soldier, because Sebastian Stan himself is not just like built like a Mack truck. He's kind of built like a regular dude. He's not this like hulking like muscly man like Chris Evans sometimes looks like, especially when he's playing the role of Captain America. He bulks up a lot, and he looks the part of a super soldier. But Bucky, it's easy to forget until he starts beating people up and he's throwing people across the room, and you're like, oh my god, he's insane, and he has to put on that dead-eyed just he's just murking people. And then they get in a fight. Someone killed the Shelby person or whatever. Presumably, maybe the power broker killed her. But we don't know for a fact, like, who did it. I kind of want to see the moment where she gets shot and what is it? What happens? So she gets just straight smoked, and the shot that killed her sounded very similar to when Sharon Carter was shooting the guys that were chasing them in the alley. So my working theory right now is that Sharon Carter killed Selby, or whatever her name is. Which also maybe leads me to a different, more possible theory in a little bit, that Sharon Carter might be the power broker and might be a little bitter about the way that she was treated as well, post blip. Because did Sharon Carter blip out? I don't think she blipped out. People, I think a lot of people initially thought she blipped out with like Endgame and Infinity War, because in the trailers, and I think even during that movie, they showed her face as like someone who's missing. But I guess part of that is just possibly because she was never granted like a pardon or anything. Bucky got a pardon, but she was just left out in the cold on her own to survive, and had to come here. And so maybe she wasn't blipped out, and she was just like living her life, being a hustler for the last 5 years. and you know, she she lives in a fancy uptown apartment with all this, you know, artwork, stolen artwork. So my right now, my working theory is that Sharon Carter is the power broker. And she is, I don't know if that's true or what her motives would be at the moment, but I'm interested to find out. They go to a club, Zemo's jamming, they're having fun, and then they go to meet the contact or whatever in some shipping containers. So this is another interesting possible theory. So he talks about how he was recruited by Hydra or whatever, but then Hydra, you know, the Siberian program fell through because, you know, Zemo killed all of them. And then he got recruited by the CIA. And he created the super soldier serum, or at least pretty much recreated it. But he said it was subtle and more refined and like a little more, the tone that he was talking about almost made it seem like it was a little more on the down low. And you know, then we look at last episode when they're talking about John Walker and how he's just testing off the charts for everything. I wonder if they gave John Walker some of this guy's like initial super soldier serum and made, you know, maybe it didn't work perfectly, and it only gave him a little bit of enhanced abilities, or maybe it worked great and he's just pretending to be this regular dude. That would be very interesting as well. But then he gets blipped out, and then the power broker contacts him and gets him to make more. And if Sharon Carter is the power broker, that might make a little sense that like she would have that information of him being a CIA person. Well, she didn't work in the CIA. She was with SHIELD or whatever, but you know, she might still have access to that type of information. So maybe that's possible how she would know. I'm not sure. But he made 20 doses, and Carly Morgenthau stole all of them. And meanwhile, Sharon Carter's outside doing her very best John Wick impression, just smoking people left and right, like just going ham, just friggin' destroying people. And they get out, but then she doesn't go with them when they leave. And then she meets like her driver or whatever, and she's like, we have a problem, a couple of them. And is she talking about Sam and Bucky? Because they are actively trying to find, you know, the origins of this super soldier program and shut it down. So if Sharon Carter's the power broker, that would make sense why she sees them as a problem. But she can't like out herself, because in a fight, she's not going to be able to take out Bucky and Sam and then Zemo. Like 1v3, those guys would beat the living daylights out of her. And she would lose everything she's got. So I think she's trying to play it a little on the down low right now, but my working theory right now is that Sharon Carter is the big bad of this series, that would be incredible. Well, not incredible. I like Sharon Carter a lot, and I wish she was a good guy. Still, you know, she definitely might be. I love her character. I like the actress, Emily Van Camp. It would be a very interesting twist, though, to see a character who is like so on the good side in, you know, Civil War, where she helped Cap, you know, break all these rules and get stuff done, to then her maybe feeling so disenfranchised by the Avengers and everything that, you know, she was left out in the cold for all this time, that now she is like an international villain. We catch up with Carly talking to her friend when they're about to steal some stuff, and she wants to be a teacher. She's not gonna be a teacher. Get out of town. She blows up some innocent people in a building, and I think in the moment I was like, why would you do that? Because it seems very shocking. it's both shocking and it's not shocking, because she's obviously a villain in the show, but she's almost been portrayed to be, at least personally, she's almost been portrayed to be like a sympathetic figure. You know, she's stealing vaccines for people in camps. She is mourning the loss of a loved one, you know, but then she goes and kills some innocent civilians. So it's like I'm not sure how we're supposed to feel about her. Okay, so then the episode ends with the boys in, I think they're in Riga, talking about how Sokovia essentially cannibalized itself, or it's the neighbors of Sokovia cannibalized it. I don't know if Riga is one of, or where is Riga again? Where did they say it was? How close is Latvia to Sokovia? I'm not entirely sure. But then the episode ends with Bucky finding some of these little Wakandan balls that are signaling him to like meet with someone, and it's one of the Wakandan Royal Guard here to take Zemo, either kill him or bring him back to Wakanda, maybe for trial. Maybe, you know, maybe Wakanda wasn't allowed to bring him in because of everything that went down. And he went to a German prison. Maybe Wakanda wants to bring him in themselves and kind of administer their own justice. I'm not quite sure. There's lots of open-ended things that could be going on in this episode. I'm excited to, you know, dive into the, you know, Reddit discussions after this and New Rockstars videos and everything that's going on. I want to see if anyone else thinks that Sharon Carter's the bad guy, because that would be insane. Am I the only one? Watch me be like, am I the only one who thinks this? And then I'll go online. It'll be like the prominent theory. But no. Oh, man. I don't know what else to say. Let me know down below. What are your thoughts on this episode? What do you think is going to happen next? You know, anything you got to say, any questions you got, or any answers to my questions, you know, let me know. Thank you for watching. It means a lot to me. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like on the video. That means a ton to me. If you want to see more of my reactions, whether it be to Falcon and Winter Soldier, My Hero Academia is coming back soon. I think the English dub should be like a week behind the normal one, or that's how it worked in the past, but COVID might have disrupted that. Who knows? Superman and Lois is taking a break. We got, Shadow and Bone coming later this month. So lots of shows coming up. If you're interested in any of that, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, or if you just want to support me in general outside of YouTube, head down to my Patreon. It's linked in the description. That would mean a lot to me as well. If you like my cat, as he's just kind of like going to town over here, you can also leave a like on the video as well. But without any further ado, I don't know why I said that. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.